Mercer, how do you feel about going into the JD Vance controversy? Can you give us what went down, our little intra-church?
Well, I mean, so some DOGE employee made some comments that were racist like years and years ago, and it was surfaced by a journalist. And so then it was like, should we fire this guy? And JD was like, look, can he do the job? Does he still hold his opinion? The opinions are bad and wrong, but like, is there any sign or that he holds them today? If not, then let the guy work. And, you know, we shouldn't reward journalists for digging into quotes that someone said when they're like 14 or 15 years old, even if they're repugnant. Like, just get over it. Like, is there, you know? And so then this one member of Congress was like, JD, how could you excuse, for the sake of both of our children, how could you excuse this, you know, anti-Indian hate? Because, you know, Ro Khanna is an Indian American and JD Vance married an Indian American. And so he has Indian American children. And so JD Vance is like, for the sake of both of our kids, grow up. Racist trolls on the internet, while offensive, don't threaten my kids. You know what does? A culture that denies grace to people who make mistakes. A culture that encourages congressmen to act like whiny children, which was awesome. You know, like, thank you. Push back at this stuff. Well, that did not sit well with, you know, racial arsonist Gloria Purvis. She's a Catholic speaker who was, I think, majorly mistakenly invited by the U.S. bishops to speak at the Eucharistic Congress because they wanted, you know, again, they want to have lots of different voices. And so they bring in somebody who was reasonable about 6-7 years ago, but after so-called St. George Floyd was killed, she went absolutely bananas and started accusing every white person of being horrible, evil, racist, and all this other stuff. So she says about what JD Vance pushing back and saying, get over it. Like JD Vance being sensible, normal. Gloria Purvis says that JD Vance is, quote, doing the work of the evil one.
Oh.
I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And she just went on this Twitter rant accusing him of everything. Vance, a recent convert, demonstrates his comfort with the sin of racism here. Defending racism is the antithesis of being pro-life. So the appropriate answer to this, of course, would be, hey, Gloria, shut up. We're sick of your crap. And as someone said on it's like on The Matrix when Neo suddenly realizes, I don't need to do this anymore. He just catches the bullet and goes, I'm done with this. This is hogwash. You're actually spreading racism, Gloria. You're not defeating it. You're making everything worse. Not that everything was perfect in our country, but by the 80s and 90s, we were actually approaching as close as we could to a post-racist society. This is very, very good. Not that there weren't problems. I mean, I remember Rodney King. I'm not an idiot. But it was so much better. But the obsession we have with race that we've had over the last 5, 6, 7 years has made everything worse. Right. And you, Gloria, you're making it worse. For the sake of the church and the humanity, please, you repent. Preach and it. Shut up, please. Just toxic garbage. Yeah. Vicious smears. Accusing the vice president of racism because he's like, hey, maybe we should throw a little compassion to the guy and not barbecue him for something he said 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. But like racism is this wonderful thing. You find out someone said something racist 15, 20, 30 years ago, and then you can hang them over their neck and just like, and there's what, is this the one, is this the unforgivable sin in American life today? You know, that there's no forgiveness for?
Well, there's forgiveness if you're Justin Trudeau because he's cool now. He could dance around in blackface back in college and he's still fine because he toes the line. But yeah, certainly not for populists.
Racists are mad that JD Vance married a woman that was of Indian descent. Yeah. Like worst racist ever.
Yes. Just Google Joe Biden and Indian.
Oh. Yeah,
and tell me which party is more racist.
Gloria Purvis has got a problem. She hates it, absolutely hates it that white Catholics are moving away from the Democratic Party and they're voting for Republicans. She despises that, and she will use emotional blackmail to try to cajole people. You got to ignore her.
Can I just have a little palate cleanser here? So the Vance family just landed in Paris this morning. And yes, he brought his entire family to his first tour of Europe. And it's really cute. All right. So if those of you on audio, they're coming out of the plane. Usha looks fantastic. Can I just get a jumpsuit like that? It's beautiful. And the kids are wearing their pajamas, looking like they just woke up from an overnight flight. And they have their little formal wool pea coats over the pajamas. and then and then if you keep watching, it's kind of choppy. But JD Vance is carrying his little daughter, and security like keeps coming up and trying to take her from him. And the two boys just like wander off with security, but JD won't give the daughter away. It's just, I mean, how normal is this? This is so normal.
Very relatable.
I love it. My mom, I just got a little like choked up being like, oh, we have normalcy. It has returned. Oh, they're so cute. She's got her head down on him.